tourism, we spend far too much time thinking within a silo about tourism. And we forget that those people to whom we're selling travel experience and holidays are actually consumers across the board. They work for companies. They have the experience of shopping in Marks and Spencer's. They know about fair trade. They buy often fairly traded coffee. And the question that we need to ask is, how does tourism relate to those broader consumer trends which actually shape the expectations of our consumers? I do not believe that there is a global market for tourism. I believe that tourism is something which people all over the globe want to buy, but that is not to say that it's a global market. Tourism is not a commodity, it's a differentiated product, and that's why we still have different companies often working as part of a conglomerate, but nonetheless individual companies selling different kinds of products to different kinds of tourists. We've seen a massive growth in experiential tourism out of Europe, and it's increasing out of other originating markets as well. Seeing a growth of the experience economy, people are looking for memorable experiences, and that's part of what's driving increased tourism in existing markets and in the emerging markets as well. People are looking for engagement in culture, community, they want to know about the environment. Those memorable experiences, of course, must be a shared product of the host and guest. And what the tourist is looking for is a quality and depth of experience which creates those memories. And those memories matter to you like crazy, because those memories are what creates the viral marketing. And you know as well as I do that the easiest consumers to get are the ones who travelled with you before, those repeat tourists that you want to book with you again. So what I want to argue is that the commitment to responsible tourism is part of a broader consumer trend. It's to do with a shift from the experience economy and the demand for authenticity. It's about people wanting experience for money as well as value for money. They want to get the biggest experience they can out of their trip. Money and time are the currency of experience. Starbucks, after all, offers a coffee drinking experience with 13,000 outlets or thereabouts around the world. One of the problems that they have is to create a sense of authenticity in that Starbucks at King's Cross Station or at Schiphol Airport. It's a real struggle to create for them some sense of an authentic experience when you have that coffee in Starbucks. But think how successful they are in doing it. Authenticity, I think, is a new strain of consumer desire, and we're seeing it shifting the way people consume tourism significantly. So what I want to argue is that ethical consumerism is a broader trend. Within tourism, we have experiential tourism and ethical tourism. And those two things come together to create this desire that people have for guilt-free holidays. And I agree with Jane Ashton, I'll come back to her shortly. But her point back in 2006 was that tourists increasingly expect the companies to have addressed those triple bottom line issues of sustainability in the same way that they do when they go to the supermarket. They don't expect to pay more for it necessarily, but they expect those elements of sustainability to have been dealt with by the company that's supplying the product to them. They expect it to be done by the person from whom they're purchasing. Is sustainable tourism and responsible tourism the same thing? At one level it is. Long discussions with UNWTO, with Tavik's predecessor back in 2002 about what the relationship was. It's very simple. There's no difference in the objective. The difference about responsible tourism is that notion you might actually do something about it rather than just talk about it. You might actually step up to the table and take responsibility and do something. So responsible tourism is about taking responsibility for achieving sustainable development through tourism. It's about responding to the issues which matter locally, which matters to your business, where you can make a difference, and it's about making better holidays. What we ought to be doing is supporting families, not orphanages. In Cambodia, 74%, according to Norwegian research, 74% of children in orphanages are not orphans. Al Jazeera has run a major program on FOBS orphans. You can see it on YouTube. In Siem Reap, orphanage parades children late at night behind placards reading, "Support our orphans as visitors drink and dine." In the Gambia, I've seen head teachers taking their school pupils to the beaches to Bunster tourists for money. We debated it at World Travel Market in November 2012. Mark Tanzer caught part of that in the volunteering session that came later. But what is clear is that the issue of tourism encouraging the creation of orphanages is not going to go away. And it's the kind of issue which will be taken up by the media. And tour operators who don't have a strategy on this expose themselves to a trading risk of poor publicity from the media. So how does this contribute to your business? I would argue that it enhances product competitiveness, there are cost savings through minimising negative impact. If you change the way the business works by buying locally, employing local people with good terms and conditions and ensuring their progress, you're improving the quality of the experience. You're encouraging tourists to spend more in the local economy, you have closer engagement with communities, there are interesting opportunities for philanthropy, and there's a business opportunity in volunteering. I don't see that this need necessarily cost you money, and I think some of the UK companies have done well out of pursuing a responsible tourism strategy. So think about it, it's about the product, the experience enhancement, loyalty advantages. At least one UK tour operator tied its responsible tourism policy to its repeat booking rate. That was already measured. So we're going to differentiating in a crowded marketplace and selling experiences, not beds, which means you should get a better price. It is about non-price competition. We all want those guilt-free holidays, we all want better experiences. You could be part of World Responsible Tourism Day, and I would encourage you to do that. But I wanted to conclude by saying that the time to do something is now.